Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy V, the 4-job Fiesta for TnyToe's Rat Rescue. In this episode, we'll be heading up the Phoenix Tower to get another optional summon. So, last episode we got the optional summon of Bahamut. This time we're going to head up to get the optional summon, the Phoenix. This tower is really good for getting money. A lot of the enemies have really good items to steal, to sell for good money, and then another enemy has a common steal, the wall ring, and we want to buy them anyway, but they're really expensive, so being able to steal them basically is going to save us a whole bunch of money. Now I'm giving quite a few of my characters the learning ability, because there is another blue magic spell that we can pretty much get here. It's pretty useless, but we'll get it anyway. So as you can see, there's no stairways going up, but if we hit the right wall, in the first two cases, the left wall, we'll be able to go up. Now we hit the right wall. Now, one of the interesting things about this tower is there's a good way to get a lot of ability points. So every few floors, there's going to be these areas where there's going to be two pots. One of the pots is going to contain a lot of money. So this is another reason why this tower is a good place to gain money. And the other pot is going to be a monster, magic urn pot. And those things you can get 100 ability points from. You can't really defeat them in battle. Well, there is a way, but it's really hard. Have to have a specific setup. But you just feed them elixirs, and eventually after you give them enough elixirs, it's random how many you have to give them, if they'll run away and you'll get the 100 ability points. So we gotta max out most of our characters' jobs here, so. And we'll learn the other blue magic spell right here, Roulette. Basically you cast that spell, it moves around, and whoever it lands on, it will cast the Doom spell on, instantly defeat them. Unless they're like a heavy enemy and they have immunity to instant death. Or if you're like a character like, or you're undead or a character that has the bone mail, if Roulette lands on you, then it'll instantly heal you to 100%, just like the Doom spell would for, like Faris here, being that she has the bone mail equipped. Let's equip some stuff here. So yeah, see the magic stat is down to 0 there. It's actually a little bit under 0, so we get the underflow, so we'll do extra damage with that when the earthquake hits with the Gaia hammer. So here are these magic pots here. They tell you, they're like, give me an elixir, give me an elixir. And you just have to give them an elixir, and hopefully after you give them an elixir, they'll run away. It doesn't always happen, so sometimes you have to feed them more than one. I think the most I ever had to do was 7. Not in this playthrough. They were actually pretty nice on this playthrough, so. Yep, and then they'll eventually flee. Every time that little thing pops up, the magic pot is healing itself fully, so you have to deal a whole bunch of damage to it in between its turns, so that's why they're so hard to defeat. And you can't use magic against them either. All your magic is blocked out during that battle. So if you try to go to your magic menu, when you're fighting them, you can't cast any spells, so. Alright, Sherry is that lady in the red dress over there. We already saw the stats on that other, that snake lady. Yeah, 3 new enemies in here, and the last one is the one that we're gonna really want to be stealing a lot of stuff off of. Because they have the common steal of the wall ring. We're going to want at least 4 of them, and any more that we get will just be icing on the cake. We'll just be able to sell them and make a lot of money. So, woohoo! Yeah, we're getting some pretty decent money and experience here. We got some extra Hermes sandals. So, yeah, every time I go up one of these things, I'm going to go either left or right, depending on which way is the right side of the wall to hit. That way, in case if I get into a battle, I remember which one I have to go on. So we got another magic pot area here. We'll just keep the magic pot battles on in, so. And there's the last enemy we want, the Lemur. As you can see, its common steal is the wall ring. So, ribbon's a really good item too, but we can't use ribbons. You have to be a dancer or have the equipped ribbon ability to use the ribbon, which you get off dancers. But hey, stealing wall wings is really good. You want to have 4 of them, so when you equip them, you have the auto reflect ability on, so you'll have the reflect spell on your character at all times. So that's nice. Let's finish this guy off with the chicken knife. And there we go. And that is all the new enemies we can encounter here. But anytime we encounter those Lemur enemies, we'll be stealing wall rings off of them. There's actually a group you can run into 3 of them at a time. And if that happens, I mean, that's 3 wall rings right there. So we'll be making a lot of wall rings as we go up through this area. So let's see, that magic pot was nice. It did one elixir and it ran away. I called it magic urn earlier. That's what they called it in the next game, Final Fantasy 6. So, well, now Lenna has mastered her blue mage job. So I think all she has to do is, yeah, most characters now only have to master the archer job. But we can only have one working on it at a time, so slow and steady, we'll get to it. Alright. Lenna already mastered that one because she was using that one for a while. That's why she had to master 2 jobs, where everybody else pretty much just had to master the archer. But so now I think Lenna and TnyToe have mastered everything, and Faris and Krile both just have to master the ranger, the archer job. And Krile will master it on the way up here because, like I said, we have a few more of the magic pots here to fight. I think this one will actually make her learn it. So yeah, every time we go up and get it increases by 5,000. So we got 3 more magic pots to go here. So we'll be able to. Krile will master her job here. So all right. She doesn't have to have, you know, a bunch of the points that she's gonna get from this thing is gonna go to waste because she has less than 100 things to. Needs less than 100 points to master the archer job, but we still have that whole other dungeon to go through and the final dungeon to go through, so we'll have no problem mastering all the jobs that we need to, so everybody will. And that's one thing about the 4-job Fiesta, you're pretty much guaranteed to master all the 4 jobs that you got, so where if you were just going through the game normally with all access to all, you know, 23 jobs, probably not going to master any of them unless you just really want one specific focus. So alright, well, Krile has now mastered all the jobs too, so we can switch her out. We'll make her the Berserker. So she looks kind of cute. She's like a little tiger, so that's why she'll stay in that. Yep, but she's mastered all her 4 jobs that she needs to learn, so be at this job for the rest of the game. Just be equipped, and then Faris, she's the only one who has to master the archer. So right. Okay. As long as we give Lenna is the only one who can't get that underflow glitch with the Thornlet, so yeah, it doesn't work out. So that's one of the reasons she's not going to be our Berserker. But Faris, our Ranger here, and this is pretty much how our jobs are going to be set for the rest of the game. So I think everyone's in the job that I think they look the coolest in. So there we go. All right. I mean, well, some people might look cool, like Lenna might look cooler, you know, in another job than the blue mage, but of all the 4 characters, I think she makes the coolest looking blue mage, you know. TnyToe makes the coolest looking thief, and Krile the coolest looking berserker, and Faris the coolest looking ranger, so that's how I set my jobs up at the end, so. Alright, another floor. There are 30 floors, so we're gonna have one more of these floors to go through, and the 30th is the top floor. So really the 29th is the last major floor. So, another magic pot. So, Faris should pretty much get, yeah, see, you can't use any magic against these guys, so, yeah, the magic is all blacked out. That's what, the steel? Steal just high potions off of them, so kind of pointless, but might as well try it. Save some money. Woohoo! Ran away. Nice. I got a phoenix down. And now we got just a few more things to go. Yeah, this tower can be pretty boring, but high encounter rate, that's what makes it kind of boring too, you know. And a lot of encounters, and encounters actually take quite a while here because a lot of the enemies use status effects, so they'll turn you into toads, they'll turn you tiny. So this is a good place to learn some magic, some blue magic like the Lilliputian lyric that turns you tiny. The frog course was turned you into the pond course was turned you into frogs. So a lot of status ailment casters in this tower. Then you gotta, you know, heal up your characters and all the other fun stuff. So it's a good thing you're not having to see all the whole battles getting, you know, going through the whole battles. But oh, we got that Avis killer bow. We stole that a long time ago from the Avis back in the Wind Elemental Tablet dungeon. We stole it off. So now, if you choose on floor 29, you're forced to get into one of these random encounters. You're forced to choose the wrong. There's only one place to go. You have to hit the middle here. So you're forced into an encounter. Now, the 4 encounters you can get into this Bandor Coral. They're enemies that are in Extet's Tower, one of the top floors. The Cruiser Beast, we ran into them outside of Cruiser Castle in Gallus World. You can be the Liquid Flame, the boss of the steam ship, the fire ship, I mean. And then the last one would be the Soul Cannon, the thing that guarded the Lenka runes that were floating. Hear you! And this is Lenna's Hear You. Is this the Windrake that saved you? Yep, because there was only 2 Windrakes, and the other one is back at Ball Castle. So, yeah, so it really didn't sacrifice itself. It just hurt itself really bad, and it flew here to recover. Well, not really recover, but to give its life to transform back into the Phoenix. Hear you, what are you doing? He says he wants to help you. So he's going to help our party by descending this tower. And we were told, remember, the legend is if the Phoenix falls from the tower, it'll come back, rise back up as a Phoenix. And that's kind of like a fire elemental summon, but what it does is, besides doing fire damage to the enemy, it'll revive characters that are knocked out in the KO status. So it revives them and does fire damage, so we're going to learn a little bit about the history of Lenna and the Hear You. We have a little cutscene. We have 2 options. I'll show them both off. That means in the ancient forest, when he saved me, he came here to this tower so we could help you with the last of his power. Hear you. Got this, like, little cutscene here from the past. What do you mean Mother's not going to make it? Dear, the doctor did his best. It seems the only thing that can cure her is the Windrake's tongue. Uh-oh. What's she doing? Lenna, where are you going with that knife? Certainly you don't mean to. Stop! Sire, I'll go. Uh-oh. She gonna cut out his tongue? Princess Lenna, kill him and you'll have finished off the last of the Windrakes. What's more, the Queen Mother has always cared deeply for you. We'll still cut out his tongue? So we can choose yes or no. If we choose yes, then the king comes and basically slaps us. You fool! Sob, mother. What happens if we say no? Well, I'll show you what happens right here. We're just gonna do a little cut here. And then we'll go back. So what if we say no? Oh, Jenica consoles us. Princess, your father used to come here every day debating what to do. But perhaps it's for the best. Well, I don't know how long wind drakes live and what's their reproductive, you know, ability, but if it's the last one in the world, it's technically, like, functionally extinct anyway, you know? Because it can't have kids unless it asexually reproduces, and even if there was, like, one more left, there's no genetic diversity left to, you know, really ensure its survival. The Windrake Hiryu became a phoenix and entrusted its power to Lenna. So, I mean, like, it seems like the obvious choice would be to save the mother, you know? But I don't know. It's a tough call, you know? But I guess, you know, like I said, the king debated that decision, and, you know, I don't know. So, but this is what happens, so doesn't matter. No matter what happens, you get the Phoenix summon, and we get to go all the way back down the tower. Yay! So, of course, we'll be stealing more wall rings to sell. Fun times. And, yeah. So, yeah, I wonder what would you do in that situation, minions? Would you sacrifice the Hiryu to potentially save the mother? But maybe, you know, it wasn't 100% guaranteed that it would save the mother, you know? Or, like I said, maybe the mother, you know, it was her choice. She was like, please don't do that to the Windrake, because they said that she cared deeply about it. You know? Who knows? So, death can be a very, you know, thing can make it, you know, think irrationally, or, you know, who knows what the mother was going through. Maybe, even if it would have cured her of the disease, her body might have been so crippled by fighting the disease that she would have had no quality of life, you know? We don't know much about the mother's, disease. Was she, you know, bedridden? Would she be totally bedridden, you know? Would the cure be worse than the disease, you know? Kind of like with chemotherapy and some people in cancer, you know? I know my grandmother, she was so tired of the chemotherapy that she ended up giving it up. She, you know, she'd rather eventually just go peacefully on her own rather than keep suffering through the chemo. So, I guess in that point, it's, you know, it's more up to the doctor and the person going through it. So, life is never, you know, so easy and, you know, so one-sided. That's, you know, that's the joy of, you know, having these fantasy games. You can, you know, escape from, you know, life and reality and just, you know, have fun and play your little game and try to raise some money for TnyToe Rat Rescue. The lady who owns that, and she's a nice lady, and she can use all the support that we can get, you know, 'cause I know she's, the rescue had a bunch of trouble with a whole bunch of the, you know, the fires in California and people having to give up their animals and stuff like that. So they were swamped for a while there with a lot of different animals. So, you know, any support that you can give them will be really, really appreciated. I know when I finish this 4-job Fiesta, my dad's going to send in some more support for them. So hopefully you like these videos and decide to send some support in too. So, because, you know, you'll be helping little ratties like, you know, like me. I was a rescue ratty. So, yep, help us live our best lives. So, take care, have a good one, and hope to see you back here for the next episode. Bye!